The way you get out of jury... Do you want to know how you get out of jury duty? When they ask you if you're familiar with the case, you just say, yeah, he probably did it. Oh, yeah, he did it.
Why would you want to get out of jury duty? It's your responsibility to...
Because it's boring! I have been called up for jury duty 3 times?
Really?
I've never had to go. The first time I got called up for jury duty, I was in Iraq.
Oh, bit difficult to pull you out of that quagmire.
They sent me a letter, and it got forwarded all the way to Iraq.
Mm-hmm. Guess I gotta go home now. Hey, Sergeant.
I did actually do that. I brought it to my chain of command, and I was like, yeah, I need to go home. They called me for jury duty. And they gave me this look like, I'm sick of your bullshit. So, like, I had to call the phone number on it, because I wasn't gonna just, like, not call the phone number on it. So I had to get up.
What are they gonna do? Pull up and take you out of the war?
Right? So I got up. I honestly, to this day, I still have no idea how that letter made it all the way to Iraq. And it wasn't even because, okay, so like when you're in the military, a lot of people who are in the military, their driver's license, where they are a resident of, stays where they're originally from. If you were from North Dakota and you joined the military and you got stationed in Texas, your state of residence might still be North Dakota.
Right.
Like you might just keep the North Dakota driver's license and you be stationed there. So I got a letter summoning me to jury duty from the county and state where I was originally from, which was not Louisiana.
So they sent the letter down to Louisiana. It got forwarded to Iraq.
I had to get up at like 2 a.m. because that's when it was the time they opened back in the United States.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like it's a big time difference. So I had to get up at like 3 a.m. to call them. I found a way to talk to a person, and I'm just like, yeah, I can't come to jury duty. What's the nature of your reason that you cannot attend jury duty? I'm in Iraq.
Well, you'll have to cut your vacation short, sir.
She's like, oh, I'll take you off the list then. And I was just like, thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Gotta go back to the war. Bye.
I thought that was so insane that like nobody thought about this, unless literally everyone that was handling the mail in this instance was like, this guy's getting called for jury duty. And his forwarding address is Iraq. What a sucker! And they just stamp it and send it out.
Maybe they were looking out for you. Maybe they thought if this letter they could have pulled you out of that.
Yeah, maybe they were trying to get me out of Iraq. So
jury duty got your back.
If I know nobody got me, I know jury duty got me. The other times were nothing. Nothing happened. I called the phone number and they said, yeah, you don't have to show up. And I was like, all right.
Maybe one day.
Maybe someday I'll have to do jury duty. But probably not, because I won't want to go.
Maybe someday you'll have somebody else's life in your hands.
I do legitimately feel like if you served in the United States military, then you're not obligated to go to jury duty.
I feel like if you served, you should be free to go to jury duty.
You know, maybe they could set it up like that. Maybe it would be an optional thing. Is like if you were in the military, you can either get preference for jury duty, where like now you get to do jury duty more often, or you just don't have to do jury duty again. If I'm tried by a jury of my peers, I'm gonna get my lawyers to just be like, no, they're not like that guy. Nobody's like him. You can't try him because there's nobody like him.
My mama says I'm special. There's no one like me.
My mom said I'm special. As I'm like drooling on myself.
What a legal loophole! I can't believe no one's thought of.
Yeah, I know that juries are an important part of our judiciary system, and that it's very important to have them.
Yes.
But also, our judiciary system is incredibly broken and it barely functions anymore. So, like, what's one more person just being like, yeah, I hate cops, to get out of jury duty?
If you don't want to do jury duty, you can probably find a way to get out of it.
I think it was Mark Twain that said a jury is 12 men who are too stupid to get out of jury duty. I believe that. I don't know how the hell I heard about this, and I have no verification on whether or not this story is true. But I want to believe it's true, so I'm going to believe it's true. Basically, what this trial lawyer would do is he would get these big old cigars, and then he would stick a thin wire down the center of the cigar. I'm gonna say he was a defense attorney. While the prosecution would talk, he would smoke the cigar, and because he had put the wire down the center of it, the ash would never fall off the end of the cigar.
Yeah.
So he would be smoking this like 1 foot long cigar with 4 inches of ash hanging off the end of the cigar, and the jury would get incredible. People like me who were on the jury would see this and just be like, how the fuck is he doing? And he's like waving the cigar around and talking to people, and the ash still isn't falling off. And it's just like, When is the ash gonna fall off of that fucking cigar? I'm gonna lose my mind. Yeah, that's really funny to me.
There are all sorts of underhanded tricks I'm sure some of them utilize.
Oh, there's tons. There's tons and tons and tons. There's lots of fun underhanded tricks you can do if you are a lawyer. It's like, for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason that reminds me of the Murder Valley in Wyoming, I think. There's a place in Wyoming
Oh, yeah.
that you can legally get away with murder because according to the way the rules are set up, they have to try you with a jury of your peers from the county in which the crime was committed. But because there is no one that lives in that county, they can't try you.
Something like that, yeah.
And what's really funny to me is there's basically like one lawyer, I think, that's been trying to get this like overturned. And like the judge that keeps presiding over it is just like, no, the law would find a way to make sure that the law would succeed. And he's like, yeah, but what if it fucking doesn't?
Yeah.
What if it does? Literally all you have to do is change one word in the law and that will fix this fucking problem. How many people have to die in here before you're willing to change? It's very...
At least one, apparently.
At least one. Yeah, I just think that if you serve in the military for 5 years, you get like 25% off your taxes.
Well, you get 25% off at Applebee's, so it's all right.
And you get 100% off one day of the year.
Yeah, I suppose.
Wow. Boy, all the PTSD was totally worth it for a bowl of Alfredo noodles with chicken on them that still had the price tag for the bowl inside it.
You know, if you're...
That happened to me. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. I went to fucking Applebee's with my family on Veterans Day when I was in my 20s. And I don't even remember what it was. I got a bowl of Alfredo noodles and chicken. And I finished eating it, and the price tag for the bowl was still on the inside of it. And I was just like, come on, guys.
You know, if you're really hungry, or if you want to get meals for multiple days, you can just hop from location to location on Veterans Day. Get a whole bunch of free food.
It seems kind of weird to me.
Yeah, the first day I celebrated like that, like, all right, I'm a veteran, I'm going to get a whole bunch of free food. And then, like, the third time, I couldn't be bothered.
I don't even go most of the time now.
No?
Most of the time, I don't even go out for Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. The reason I don't usually go is because it just doesn't seem worth it to me. It's like, I can have kind of mediocre food for free.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yay.
Free food.
Yay. Yeah, but it's mediocre.
Yeah, but it's free.
But it's mediocre.
But it's free. Frugality.
I could give you a bunch of shit. I could literally take a dump on a plate and hand it to you, and it's free.
That's true. I probably
It's
wouldn't need
free.
that. Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want it? It's free. It's free shit.
Well, if you don't like it, you don't have to eat
Lots
it.
of farmers love to have shit.
Ah, all right.
They use it to fertilize their fields.
No one's making you eat this food. It's available for you.
A couple years back, I went to a restaurant for Veterans Day, and one of the waitresses like dropped like a bunch of plates, and it made a very loud like bang,
Oh, jeez.
and then crash, and basically every single veteran that was in there just like completely stopped, and then just like turned and looked at her.
A couple people dove under their desks.
Nobody did that, fortunately. That's always
Jumped under the tables.